Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn social science of class 7. Shall we start? Okay. Okay, chapter 4 of history, that is creation of Mughal Emperor. Now, in this chapter, we are going to learn how the Mughal Empire set his stepping stone in India and how it got expanded, and who are the heroes who played the dominant role in the expansion of the Mughal Empire. Now, in this, you can see the timeline through which we can get to know how this expanded. Now, the first battle of Panipat was the laying foundation of the Mughal Empire, and it lasted till the last Mughal Empire, that is Aurangzeb, in 1707. Before starting the foundation of the Mughal Empire, let's read the phrase which is took from the Barbarnama. Shall we start with the phrase? Okay, now. Many men like us have taken breath at this spring and have passed away in the twinkling of an eye. We took the world by courage and might, but we could not take it with us to the grave. Now, this phrase mentioned, or this phrase says that whatever happened, whatever these soldiers took the courage, and but whence they died, their courage, their bravery were left on the earth only. They were went to the dead with the empty hands. They were left every materialistic on the earth only. Now, shall we start with the Baba? But before starting, the Baba, who is the Baba? Let me tell you, the Baba is the founder of the Mughal Empire. Okay, now let's see who is the Baba, how he came to India, how he fought with Ibrahim Lodi, and how he expanded or laid the foundation of Mughal Empire. Babur. These words from the Barbarnama tell us about the founder of Mughal Empire, Babur. When Babur lost the kingdom of Fergana to warring tribes, he looked towards India to conquer new land. At this time, Rana Sanga, the ruler of Mewar, and Daulat Khan Lodi, the governor of Punjab, invited Babur to oust Ibrahim Lodi from the throne of Delhi. In April 1526, Ibrahim Lodi's huge, bad, ill-disciplined army met Babur, small but well-trained army, at Panipat. Ibrahim Lodi's army was defeated at the first battle of Panipat. Now, this is how the first battle of Panipat happened, and in this way, the foundation of Mughal Empire took place. Now, Babur was the king of the Fergana, but he lost with the warring tribes and he ran from the Fergana to India for the foundation of new land. Now, Babur was invited by the Rana Sanga, who was the ruler of Mewar, and Daulat Khan, who was the governor of Punjab, to defeat the Ibrahim Lodi, and Babur got succeeded in defeating the Ibrahim Lodi's large army with his small, well-trained army. And that defeat is called First Battle of Panipat, and this is the way he laid the foundation of Mughal Empire. After capturing the throne of Delhi, Babur had to deal with the two powerful enemies, that is Rana Sanga and Rajput king of Mewar. The Afghan chief of Bengal, Nusrat Shah, he inflicted a crushing defeat on the Rajput at the Battle of Kanwa in 1527. Thereafter, Babur defeated the Afghans in the Battle of Kangra in 1528. Thus, he quickly established his power from Delhi and Agra to Bihar. Babur laid the foundation of a vast and powerful Mughal empire. Now, after capturing Delhi, after fought the first battle of Panipat, he raised the two enemies. That is, one who invited Babur to India is a Rana Sanga, and another one was Afghan chief. Now, in 1526, in the Battle of Kanwa, the Babur defeated the Rana Sanga, and soon after that, in 1528, he defeated the Afghan chief in the Battle of Kangra. And this is the way he quickly expanded his regime from Delhi and Agra to Bihar, and that is the way he laid the most powerful empire, that is Mughal Empire, and developed a technique of warfare. In 1530, he fell ill and passed away at the age of 48. Humayun, the eldest son among Babur's four sons, were proclaimed his successor. Now, in 1530, he fell ill and died with the age of 48, and his eldest son took the Babur's throne, or we can say he became the successor of the Babur. Let's see who was the Humayun and how he ruled it. Humayun ruled twice. Now, he ruled for 10 years in 1530 to 40, and after that, he ruled only for 1 year, and after that, he died. Now, let's see who is the Humayun. As the emperor, Humayun fought with Sher Shah Suri, the Afghan ruler of Bihar, and Bahadur Shah, the ruler of Gujarat. In 1532, Humayun defeated Sher Shah and captured the fort of Chuna. In 1534, he attacked Bahadur Shah and captured Gujarat and Malwa. He, however, failed to consolidate these newly acquired regions. Sher Shah attacked and defeated Humayun's army at Chausa in 1539. In 1540, Sher Shah dealt Humayun's decisive blow, defeating him in Battle of Kannauj and annexed his empire. Now, Humayun fought two wars. First, in 1532, he defeated Sher Shah and captured his fort, which is in Chuna. And then in 1534, he attacked Bahadur Shah and captured his territory, that is Gujarat and Malwa. However, he failed to maintain his newly acquired region, and in 1539, again, Sher Shah Suri attacked Humayun in the Battle of Chausa and won. In 1540, Sher Shah Suri gave the final blow, or we can say he annexed his empire by defeating in the Battle of Kannauj. And this is the way Babur thrown out of his throne twice. Now, Sher Shah Suri and Sur Empire. Sher Shah was originally named Farid Khan. His father, Hassan Khan Suri, was Jagir at Sasaram in Bihar. He laid the foundation of the Sud dynasty. He raised a large army and occupied the modern-day state of Bihar, Jharkhand, and West Bengal. Now, the original name of Sher Shah was Farid Khan. His father's name is Hassan Suri, who was a Jagir of Sasaram. Now, he was one of the founder of the Sud dynasty, and his army raised and occupied the Bihar, Jharkhand, and West Bengal. Now, what was the achievement of Sher Shah Suri? Sher Shah Suri, the whole empire was divided into 48 provinces or sarkars and praganas or districts. He duly supervised the recruitment of soldiers, maintained their descriptive roles, and revived the practice of branding horse, that is, dag. Now, Sher Shah also introduced the silver coin called Rupaya. Sher Shah built a network of excellent roads such as the Grand Trunk Road, with connected Delhi, Agra, Multan, and Songar in Bengal, which is in Bangladesh now. Now, what were the achievements? Sher Shah was the first empire in the whole that he made the province of a sarkar, or he divided the district into 47. Now, he branded his horse by doing dag on the horse. He maintained his army. He personally supervised and recruited his army. He also introduced the coin, which is now in modern time. It's called Rupaya. He was one who built the GT road. Today's we call GT road, and the full name of GT is called Grand Trunk Road. Who made the Grand Trunk Road? Who built the Grand Trunk Road? That is the Sher Shah. Now, his successor. Sher Shah died in a gunpowder explosion during the siege of Kalinja Fort in Bulendkand in May 1545. He was succeeded by his son Islam Shah following his death in 1553. His son Firoz came to the throne. He soon fell into an assassination plot hatched by his own maternal uncle, who succeeded the throne as Muhammad Shah Adil. Now, Sher Shah died with the unfortunate gunpowder explosion in 1548 while he was trying to capture Kalinja Fort, which is in Bulendkand. He was succeeded by his son Islam Shah. He also died in 1553, soon after the death of Shah Suri. But his son Firoz came to the power, who was fall in the assassination, which is held by his maternal uncle. In normal, we can say it is done by his mama, and his mama after assassinating, after killing the Firoz, he took the throne, and his name was Muhammad Shah Adil. Now, he was followed by Ibrahim Shah Suri and Sikandar Shah Suri in quick succession. It led to the process of disintegration of vast Suri empire. Now, soon after, Adil Shah took the throne from the Sher Shah Suri's grandson Firoz. He was followed by Sikandar Shah Suri, and quickly the vast empire of the Suri dynasty got declined. And this is the way the Mughal Empire revived. Now, in 1555, Humayun defeated Sikandar Shah Suri and captured Delhi and Agra, and thus re-established Mughal Empire after an interval of 15 years. Now, in 55, when the last Sur Empire emperor was ruling the Delhi, he defeated the Sikandar Shah Suri, who was the last Sur Empire ruler, and in this way he re-established the Mughal Empire after the 15 years. He did not live long enough to recover the lost territory. He died as a result of fatal fall from the stairs of his library in Delhi. So Humayun did not enjoy his victory, and he died soon after winning this battle. With the unfortunate accident, he fell from his library stair in Delhi and died. And this is the way Akbar took over the crown of Mughal emperor. Let's see Akbar. Who is the Akbar? One of the greatest ruler of Mughal Empire. Humayun's son Akbar was crowned the emperor at the age of 13, and Bahram Khan, trusted officer of Humayun, became his regent. Hemu, the general of Muhammad Adil Shah of the Sud dynasty, had captured Agra after Humayun's death. When Akbar took the Mughal emperor, when he took the Mughal emperor, he was at the age of 13, and he was guided by his trusted officer Bahram Khan. Akbar was the son of Humayun. Now, Hemu, who was the Sund dynastic commander, took the or captured the Agra soon after Humayun's death. Now, Bahram Khan led the Mughal army in the second battle of Panipat against Hemu. The Mughal army emerged victorious and recaptured Agra. Soon after, Akbar ended Bahram Khan's regency and took control of the government. Akbar extended his empire in the following way. Now, Bahram Khan was the leader who took the Agra from the Hemu in the second battle of Panipat. Once he won the second battle of Panipat, Akbar took every regency, every control from the Bahram Khan, and personally controlled the government. What were his how he expanded his empire, we can see in the next page. Through the direct conquest, what he did, he directly conquered the regimes, he directly conquered the dynasties, he directly conquered the other empires through matrimonial alliance with the Rajput princes. If he cannot directly attack the states, what he did, he started getting married to the Rajput princes in order to took their regime or took their region under his control, or he can win the trust of Rajput and giving them high position in the administration. These are the three: either he directly control, or either he directly attack to the other rulers, or he take the control through the marriage alliance, or he offer Rajput rulers in a high position in his administration. Now let's see what were the Rajput policies. Raj Akbar followed the policy of friendship and matrimonial alliance with Rajput chiefs. Most of the Rajput chiefs accepted Akbar's suzerainty. However, some Rajput chiefs looked upon Akbar with a suspicion and refused to yield to him or accept his suzerainty. The ruler of Mewar, Rana Uday Singh, was one such chief. In 1567, Akbar defeated and captured its capital Chittor in spite of the brave resistance put up by the Rana Uday Singh. Now, Rajput policy was is the either follow through the friendship or follow through the matrimonial. So what Akbar did, either he offered his friendship or he asked for matrimonial, or we can say he asked the hand of Rajput daughter. In this way, he maintained a smooth relationship with Rajput, and he directly or indirectly have a full control, have a full power on the Rajput territories. But some Rajput accepted his offering, whereas some rejected, some got suspicious about the intention of the Akbar. One of them was Rana Uday Singh. He fought with the Akbar bravely but lost by the Akbar, and Akbar captured his capital Chittor in 1567. Territorial expansion. How Akbar expanded his territory. After consolidation his empire in North India, Akbar sent his official to persuade the ruler of Ahmednagar, Bijapur, Golconda to accept him as his suzerain. Now, after handling the North Indian Rajputanas, Akbar started sending his officials to the Ahmednagar, Bijapur, Golconda to accept Akbar as his empire, accept Akbar as his emperor. Now, but they refused. He then waged war against Chand Bibi, the queen of Ahmednagar, who was defeated in 1596. Barar was annexed in 1601. Kandesh was also annexed to the Mughal emperor. Now, but Ahmad, the queen of Ahmednagar, rejected the offer of Akbar, so his territory was annexed by the Akbar. In 1596, the Barbara was annexed. In 1601, Kandesh was annexed to the Mughal Emperor. During Akbar's time, Bengal was a rich and fertile province having trade relationships with the South Asia and China. In 1574 to 76, Akbar decided to undertake a military campaign against Bengal. Soon afterwards, in the northwest, Akbar conquered Kashmir in 1586, Kandahar and Kabul in 1587, and Sindh in 1590. Akbar Empire in 1601 extended from Hindu Kush in the northwest to Brahmaputra in the east, and from the Himalaya in the north to Godavari in the south. Akbar died in 1605. His mausoleum is situated at Sikandra near Agra. Now, in this way, after defeating Chand Bibi, the queen of Ahmednagar, slowly, Akbar start annexing or capturing the states or the empires of the other slowly. At that time, the Bengal was one of the richest of fertile provinces, and Akbar captured Bengal in 1574 to 76 battle. In this way, he expanded his territory. What were the Akbar's cultural contribution? Akbar was a great patron of art, learning, and literature. His court was adorned by the nine gems such as Abul Fazl, Abdul Rahim Khane Khana, Tormal, Mansingh, Birbal, Tansen, Imam Mullah Do Piazza. Faizi was a poet who translated the Ramayana and Mahabharata into Persian. Birbal's victimism has become a part of Indian folklore, while Tansen, the greatest singer of the period, enriched Hindustani classical music with composition of with the new ragas such as Rago, Darbari in Akbaranas. Now, Akbar was a great admirer of the culture. In his court, there was a nine gems that everyone know. One of them is a Tansin, who was the great musical at that time. Birbal, everyone know about the Birbal, Mullah Do Piazza, Man Singh. All these were the nine gems of the Akbar at that time. Now, painting. During Akbar's time, the art of painting received royal patronage. A number of royal karakhana or painting studios were set up for artists for various parts of the country to gather and work together. Two painters of fame in the court of Akbar were Baswan and Daswan. Now, during Akbar's time, Akbar was a great admirer of painting. So, what he did, he started establishing the karkhanas at that time in order to gather all the artists in a one karkhana so that they develop their artistic skill. Now, as you can see in this picture, how a painting showing the birth of the Akbar's son in 1596. Now, architecture. In the field of architecture, the most outcasting contribution was the building of new capital at Fatehpur Sikri, 36 km from Agra. The location was chosen because it was the birthplace of Sufi Saint Chisti. In the field of architecture, also the Akbar played outstanding role in the contribution of architecturing. He built a Fatehpur Sikri, which is 36 kilometer away from the Agra. Why it is choose? It is choose because it is the birthplace of Sufi Saint Salim Chishti. What were the religious policy, secular outlook, and tolerant policy of Akbar are very well known. His secular approach led him to invite scholars from all religious belief and hold discussion with them in the Ibadat Khana. He abolished the razia, pilgrimage tax, and the practice of forcibly converting prisoners of war to Islam. He developed the policy of Sulay Khul, meaning universal peace. In 1582, he promulgated a new religious order called Toib Ilahi or Divine Fateh. It was also referred to as Dine Ilahi or Divine Monotheism. It included the good point of all religions. It was not mandatory for his associate or subject to follow it. Now, his religious policy was to tolerant policy. He was one of the secular ruler at that time. In his court, you can see all types of religious person in his court. He abolished a policy which is later called Dine Ilahi, which means divine monotheist. He also included some good points of the religious, and he did not force his associate or does not force his courtiers to follow those rules. That's all for today. Tomorrow we are going to learn about Jahangir, Shahjahan and administrative of the Akbar. Okay, now from now the class is over. That's all, and that's all for today. Have a good day. Have a nice